Hey, everybody, don't get anxious, get prepared. Guess what? Your career engineer is right here. And today we are going to be talking about a report that came out not too long ago from when I started doing this, but it was a great report. And I like sharing data. Y'all know I'm excited about data about the highest job resignation rates. And I think this is so important because even though we're kind of at the time of us talking, where the weather might be getting warmer or it could be colder when you're looking at it, but the bottom line is there's some data that's letting us know how your states are doing. And since we serve a population that you all are in all 50 states, I want to give you some data on the ones that's really rocking it and crushing it and those that need some help. So get your pen, get your paper for us low tech folk, or get your stuff ready. We are going to jump into this and see how we roll. So don't go anywhere. I will be right back. I told you it don't take me long to do the things I need to do, right? So again, we want to thank you guys for being with us and not being anxious, but getting prepared as we talk about all of this. And if you have any questions or comments on what we're hitting about these top companies, top states, I should say, where resignations are happening or not, right? And maybe you're residing in a state that is doing well, or maybe one that's not. So it's okay. We're going to talk about it. And it's good to always have some great information. Remember to visit our website, tcenow.com. Now, right there, you see our network. I invite you all to become a bona fide, real TCE network members. You can join 14-day free trial, be a part of the family. Yeah, get connected with us like all the time, not just when you see us on a social platform, right? Lots of benefits there. We really would love you to be a part of the world. So tcenow.com is where you find everything. And like I said, I really want to jump off with this information when this came out, I am very sure I blogged about this, right? It should be on my blog. If you go there and it's not there, it should be there, right? It should be on my blog, but I will make sure that it's there. What's up, sis? Glad you're here. And we thank all of our faithful TCE followers who enjoy our content. And again, share it with others. And if you're not a subscriber, y'all know what y'all need to do, wherever platform you're looking at. Go right ahead and subscribe, follow, like, all that good stuff so we can help our content get to the right places and spaces. So listen, there was a great report. It was by Wallet Hub, and several people tend to bring out some great data around the first, quarter of the year just to see how we're doing. And I think it's important, even though we get the national numbers for the country, it's like, how are the states working out? Because at the end of the day, right? Whether you're remote working or not, we're living in one of these 50 states, right? So we need to see how we're doing. Now, here's the link. And again, I do have this in a blog, and I think I know I've talked about it, but Wallet Hub, great data. I like to share a lot of full disclosure, I ain't getting no remuneration from them. This is just good data to share with you so you can make great decisions about what you want to do, like in your household. And if those are the things you want to know about, maybe you're residing in a place that has high resignations. I'm just saying. To be aware is to be alive, and data is where we base our decisions. So that's the link for it, of course. And again, I want to see which ones are the top five. So there were some surprises. Of course, I'm really excited about what did my home state do, right? Because I reside here, pay taxes here, got clients here. But here's what's interesting. Let's see what the top five states in all 50, like which ones are the winners. And in this case, the winners are kind of losers, if you know what I mean. If you got a high rate of resignation, which impacts business, right? Which impacts lifestyle, right? Not just the W-2 and 1099 world. So people, please pay attention that when stuff is going up or down in the career world, it still affects your bottom line, even if you're not in that space. Because if people are buying your goods and services, they got to have some money, right? And the company's got to be hiring. So listen, so at the time of this report, and a new one will be coming out soon, the JOLT report, which is the job, what is it? Labor turnover, job openings and labor turnover. That's what JOLT means. So the report about resignations is about 2.9% nationally, which is pretty cool. So when the next report comes out, no doubt I'm looking at the trend. If it stays the same, if it goes below, or if it started to trick up, right? So based on the current report that we had at the time of this conversation, remember 2.9% is the national average. So oh, I just got a little thing that we're not showing up on one of our things. That's okay. So with that being said, remember 2.9% is what's the deal. So with that being said, Look at these numbers with some of the winners, which are actually the losers, but you know what I'm saying. Georgia, 3.9%. Kentucky coming in number 4, 3.59%. So it shows a couple of things. You have the first number, and then you have what happened 12 months later. So you still see they were both hovering above what the 2.9. So what is all these numbers saying? And am I a sexy data scientist? No, but the numbers do mean something. So if we're averaging 2.9%, I'm trying to break this down for the rest of us, right? All of us, particularly me. If it was 2.9% last year, and it's still more than 2.9% this year, I'm just saying those states might be struggling a little bit. And there are reasons for this to be happening, right? Let's look at some more data again. Top 5. Montana, also a winner, which in this case is like a loser. I mean, I hate that word, but you understand they didn't win the best, right? They got a high rate. So 3.9% like now and 3.25% 12 months ago. Remember, 2.9 is that magic number at the time of the JOLT report. So if you're residing in one of these states, I'm just saying, no judgment. I'm just saying they're struggling with the national average, which is right now 2.9 in terms of quit rate. Okay. People who they quitting. So I know you're all dying to wonder, right? And how is my state doing? I do reside in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And remember, this report was looking at 12 months ago from like January of the first of this year, because that's the time this data came out. And then a month ago, right? So at the time of the report, 12 months prior and last month. So those why you have the two numbers. So check it out. Again, if you're lower on this top 50 list, it means you're a winner. Right? So believe it, my Virginia coming in at number 40, which is good for this list because that means folk ain't quitting as much, right? So I'm just saying, remember, 2.9 is the national average. Look at Virginia. A year ago, 2.61. Last month, when I say last month, the last month before this report, which I believe was actually January of the new year, 2.30. So guess what? Less people are quitting in Virginia. I'm just saying. And remember, I'm going to keep flying this. At the time of the report, the national quit rate was 2.9%. So Virginia, which is lower on the list, is winning. But my neighbor to the south, my North Carolina family, hey, love y'all, but y'all on the top of the list, which means it ain't that great. So a year ago, you were 3.22 was your quit rate. And the month prior to this report, you went up 3.60. I'm just saying, but it's okay. We're going to do something with that. So if you're residing in one of those states, if you're in Virginia, I should get a thing for applause so I can clap. But if you're in North Carolina, I'm just saying, this is the data. Doesn't mean leave, doesn't mean move. I'm just saying, this is the data. Okay. So more people are quitting for whatever reason. All right. Let's look at some of my other neighbors because Maryland, my DMV folk, check it out. Maryland is also less on the list, which means they're doing great. A year ago, quit rate was 2.30, 2.3%, whatever. I'm saying 2.30. I'm just reading it just like it is. And it kind of stayed the same. So no wins, no losses, but folks they're below the national average, which is great news. So that's that whole DMV. And look at our nation's capital, y'all. Yeah, the numbers are coming from well, they're not coming from the nation's capital, but anyway, DC, I ain't mad at you in the DMV. This is awesome. A year ago, you only 1.83, and now you're 2.22, you're 2%, which again, 2.9 is the national average. Go ahead, DC. I'm proud to see our capital region is doing well, meaning not a high quit rate for whatever reason. But again, check it out. Think about all the other factors that may have an impact with that, right? You have remote working, you've got hybrid working, whether these are IT jobs or people to people jobs, and all so many things where burnout and bad bosses or great bosses or environment, all kinds of factors play into this. So it's not like a one thing, but it's just good to have these numbers. So who was the lowest? Who's the win? Who was like the number 50? Who's number 50? This was like kind of blew my mind a little bit. Like which state won by being number 50? And for what it's worth, I'm not mad at them either. They've had a hard time. And we say 51 because we counted DC, as part of the 50 states. If we know they technically are not, but people work there, live there, pay taxes there. So New York is the best. I'm just saying. they've been through a lot these last 2 years, but the quit rate was 1.83 12 months ago prior to this report. And a month before the report, it edged up to 2, which is significantly lower than the 2.9. So, New York, if I could sing the song for you, New York, New York, but y'all don't want me to do this on this video, right? So, what is all this data, all these numbers? Virginia's doing this, Maryland's doing this, Kentucky's doing this, New York is the winner. What does all of this data mean for you? And what does data, how does it help you on a Monday, right? Or the next Monday or next month? Because here's what the data means. Still, at the time I'm talking to you right now, it's still a candidate driven market. Quit rates are 2.9. Some states lower, some states higher. But right now, and I'm going to say this as a little antidote, I've been saying it again, this has got to change. We will not be able to be a candidate market forever. So the data is showing that it's still you driving the process. If you are a changer or a seeker, looking to do something a little different, finding a middle of the road there, finding a little something, whatever it is, you're still in the driver's seat. Keyword if, I'm saying if you put some muscle to your hustle. Again, we are a no hustle zone in the TCE world, but we mean go ahead and get that hustle on because you're working your dream, right? You're working your brand. I mean, you're working that dream. Your dream will never become real if you don't put some muscle in it. You got to do something. It ain't enough just dreaming about it and thinking about it. You got to do some stuff, right? So if you do what you're supposed to do, you take it up a notch, you do all the things you need to do, it is a candidate market. You really are in a great space for negotiations and kind of, writing your own ticket as long as you're bringing value. You can't drive this market if you won't have no value. It just doesn't work. So all my A gamers and my B gamers and my C gamers, you can do some things right now, but this will not last. So professionals, all of you who are professionals in the workspace, and you define professional to you, I think if you care about your work product, you have quality of workmanship, you want to make sure you're doing a great job, that your name is on your product, right? I mean, performance, accomplishment, leadership, and that's you. You're the one making it happen. You got some good stuff, not just knowledge, skills, and ability, but you bring some emotional maturity to the job. You understand what quality first means. You understand about getting it done, and you know how to clock out and live your life too. You know how to do it all, right? If you're one of those professionals, you've got some fantastic choices up in here, all up and in here. And so you can do this, but you got to do it, right? But you got to do it, but you do have to know the data. So we want you to have a fantastic week. I hope this data blesses you in a way of your decision making so that you can know, who you are, what you bring. But better than that, you can also know, hey, the state I'm living in, this is what they're doing. This is our quit rate. I'm in a good place or I'm not. Okay, so don't move to Kentucky or whatever. But my point is, Kentucky, we love you. GE, we love you. Okay, but I'm just saying that's what the data says. So be informed with the data. Make sure you make the data before you make decisions. There are going to be some other videos coming up, and check our page here for other content. But a lot of you might be jumping ship to go somewhere else without doing some data dive. You can't do that. Got to know everything about where you think you want to go before you go there. Don't go there and get your feelings hurt because it's worse than where you left, right? That's happening. And this great reset, that is what's happening, right? So love the data, embrace the data. Data is good. It's all right. So listen, you all have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for joining us. TCEnow.com is where you find us 24/7, 365. Follow us on socials. And don't forget, don't miss another opportunity to have a conversation with us live or later. And I can't say enough. I look forward to your comments here and where platform you're watching it from, or send me an email, info@tcenow.com. So you guys have an amazing, amazing week. Make us proud. Yep, because I got to go. But make us proud. And remember, don't get anxious. Always be prepared.